real quick.
Yep.
Don't run me through like the trade secrets, but guys, I mean, is it worth doing on your own? What infrastructure does it take? What are some realistic? I'm going to have a guest on that makes melted urea.
Okay.
Like pretty big scale.
Okay.
And I'm going to have him on, but on the farm, like, what does that look like a little bit?
Well, we just have a triple pack tank set up that we got full of water, and then we just have the co-op tender truck with a load of urea come in and dump it in the top of the tank, and we got the pumps running.
Okay.
Mix it up, and there's some math involved in all of that, but that's what we do. Pretty simple.
Is it hard to dissolve it?
It takes a while, but it's not really hard to dissolve it, I would say.
Do you need heated water?
You don't want cold water. You don't need heated water.
Don't run water out of a hydrant straight in and try to mix it.
Right. Yeah. Go slow when you're augering it in.
Okay.
But that's what we do anyway. Right or wrong, I don't know. It seems to work pretty good. So.
Yeah. I'm not, dude. Of all the people, I'm not questioning your Foliar decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And we'll throw some humic in there and all that. So.
Seems like that's a pretty popular thing because you got salt.
Yep.
You got salt and melted urea.
And you do need some sort of screens for it because there's a lot of junk in that urea. So
sure. Got it. All right, man. CLAAS combines.
Dude, best combine ever made.
Battle lines have been drawn.
Yep.
Tell me about CLAAS What used to run? Tell me, because you were talking to Bean about this.
So
why'd you go CLAAS? Because that's not just a shift from red to green.
No,
that's from green to like something.
So the whole backstory is, I mean, we had been John Deere forever. The first combine I remember was we had a brand new 9600 combine. That was pretty groundbreaking for the farm, it seemed like, and it didn't cost an arm and a leg, obviously. So I remember that. Then we got a 9650 John Deere used. That was fine. Then we got a 9760. So then we were running two combines. Then we had two 9760s. Then we wanted to go to one big combine. So we got a John Deere 680. Then we went to a John Deere 780. And the 680 was really disappointing because the rethresher, I mean, just nightmares and weeds or any adverse crop conditions. You were either had a dirty sample or you were plugging your rethresher. It was bad. So, and it was hogging the fuel. Like you had to be covering acres when you were running it. So we were like, well, they redesigned the shoe on the 780. Let's give that a shot. We're like, yeah, it definitely was a big upgrade. I'm not gonna lie, it was, but it still wasn't there for performance, especially in wheat. Wheat's a big one. Like there's storms coming all the time during wheat harvest. Typically decent amount of wheat acres. You've got plenty of other jobs to do during that time.
Sure.
Just get wheat harvest done. So when I was a kid, I always noticed these Lexion videos on YouTube. I was a big YouTube guy. Still kind of am, but to a lesser extent. And I'm like...
Alex is on Twitter, by the way.
I am, yeah.
You are a Twitterverse master.
But all these YouTube videos, like the CLAAS always had the bigger head. And I'm like, what is it about these things that make them special? And I don't know, I just kind of got obsessed with them as a kid. And not that, I don't know, it just like seemed like all of the bigger headers were on them. Like they were the first ones to have like 16-row corn heads, it seemed like, out there. Then they did that world record corn harvest in 2010. I'm like, these things just must be crazy or something, you know. But, you know, we didn't have a dealer nearby, whatever. But then they come out with their new models. So the green and white machines, the 8000 series, 7000 series. And we were like, man, we kind of need to take a look at them, because now I know some guys that have been running them, talked with them. They're like, dude, these things are great. So, and really what sets them apart is the TerraTrax. It's just amazing ride through the field, stability, just unbelievable. And then their threshing mechanism, completely different. Conventional cylinder for an aggressive thresh on that wheat, but then all that separation with the dual rotors that are almost 14 foot long, massive sieves. I mean,
oh, they're huge,
unbelievable sieve area. And then another thing was they got like they call it a turbine fan versus like a scroll fan, I think is what Deere runs, or it used to run. So you're just pumping out so much more air through there for that capacity. So we're like, okay, we need a demo one. So they bring out a 7400, which is their baby, smallest, APS hybrid they make. And so we got it out, and man, in the heat of the day, it was pushing the Deere, which our Deere was a Class 8. That's Lexion was a Class 6. We're like, now there was a little bit of a difference, 40-foot head on the Deere, 35-foot on the Lexion. So there was a little bit of a difference, but not much. And we're like, man, this thing's keeping up. Both machines in the heat of the day doing pretty good on losses. And then we moved to a different field, high-yielding field of wheat, and the sun went down, and I had the cruise control going on the CLAAS, and it never slowed down. And the loss sensors never spiked. And I'm like, what in the hell is this? Mm-hmm. I mean, mind instantly blown. Same fuel burn. I mean, it's getting humid, damp, wet out. I just couldn't believe it. And my dad's over there like, dude, I got to slow down. And I got out, looked behind him. I'm like, dude, you are tossing. Like, you have a trail of grain coming out. You need to slow way down. So that's when I start lapping my dad just every round. And it's like, this is unbelievable. Like, sample never changed. I just couldn't believe it. And then when we would change wheat varieties, didn't have to change any settings on the CLAAS. Good sample typically all the time. Deere, you completely start over, completely reset all the settings on it, trying to get the best sample. And any little thing would throw the Deere off. I mean, it and we had known that for years, why we hated it, in wheat. And so, yeah, and that was a record wheat crop. We needed 2 machines, so that was a good time to demo it. And my dad, we got late one night, wanted to finish this high-yielding circle. He's sitting on the road in his pickup just watching me go racing back and forth in 100-bushel wheat, and that Deere's just crawling along, just burning fuel, tossing. And I've got a picture up on Twitter. It's from 2021, so it's a ways back, but you can see the volunteer line from the Deere versus the CLAAS. It ain't even close. So fuel burns half. I mean, add that all up, it's no brainer. So bought the first new combine since that 9600 was a CLAAS 8700. Wanted to go a size bigger just to cover the acres and stay at one machine, and boy, it's been good. It's been good to us.
It's a completely different engineered machine. We were crawling around that thing the other day out at your place, and there's a lot different.
And another thing is service on it. So there's a few grease zerks you grease manually, but it's getting greased constantly while you're running, bearings are hot. With the auto greaser. So, that's massive. You don't have any daily zerks to go after.
Sure.
So, there's a lot of little things. There's a couple things that I don't like, which I don't really remember until I'm actually in it, type of thing. But it's just a damn good combine. It's been reliable. We haven't put a whole lot of hours on it just because it's been really ever since we got it. It's been kind of tough out there, which kind of
hasn't been
sucks.
stuff to cut.
But in irrigated corn, like good irrigated corn, you can do 7,000 bushel an hour all day long. Easy, no problem, no sweat, no effort. Can't feel the tracks, the sprinkler tracks, because of the Terra tracks. I mean, it just kills your grain cart. It's hell on a grain cart.
Yeah.
But, yeah, holds 510 bushels, so you're just unloading less, hopefully in a better spot in the field. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but
right,
unloads super quick. I'd say maybe the biggest problem with it is a really aggressive threshing machine, so you can crack grain. You got to be careful there.
But it can also knock a tough grain out of a head.
Oh yeah, and honestly, like, people think, we're just out in the West. We're pretty dry, pretty easy threshing crops, and for the most part, yeah. But there's a lot of times where that extra thresh really, really helps.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty incredible. So.
Guys, if you've liked the information that you've seen so far, go ahead and check out the full-length podcast on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe there. It's also on all the major podcast platforms. We're constantly dropping info and more content on all the social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Check it out for a lot more content.